Well, that's definitely the view of the Trump administration, that given the strength and momentum of the U.S. economy, that this is the time to take the risk to put pressure on trading partners. I think the case for a strong U.S. economy is very short term. We clearly have a lot of support coming from the expansion of our federal budget deficits, which will provide further momentum over the next year in the United States. We continue to have unusually low interest rates in inflation-adjusted terms, even though the Federal Reserve has started to move rates up, they're still below the inflation rate. So our policies are providing a lot of artificial support to the United States. But the fundamentals, I think, are still worrisome. The Trump administration says, aha, we have more leverage because we import more than China does from the U.S. That's I think, an example of very poor analysis and a real misunderstanding of the role that the foreign trade and imports play in the U.S. To say that the deficit nation has the advantage over the surplus nation, but those imports hold down prices of goods for a large portion of American society, and to tax those imports is taxing the consumers. So that's an aspect of economic vulnerability that is starting to become evident as prices are just now beginning to go up in response to these tariffs. And of course, China plays a critical role in lending surplus savings to the U.S. and buying Treasury securities, which help us fund very large and growing budget deficits in the United States. Potentially, it could be very disruptive for the Chinese economy, for the U.S. economy, and for the global economy. I think the hardest hit will be the American consumer. The prices of goods sold in the United States that touch on some aspect of China's role in offshore production, offshore distribution, offshore sourcing through supply chains.